Ladies and gentlemen, now I know a lot of you may be struggling right now to keep that drive, that motivation, that hope in the journey going, but you need to make sure that you do so. Your manifestation is guaranteed, assuming you stick out the process. Now, every single day that you wake up, you are given a new opportunity to get your manifestation. Every moment that passes by is the next moment that you could receive that text. You could receive that email being given your job. You could receive that phone call saying that they want to reconcile. You could be given the keys to your house. Every single moment is a new possibility. If you stay persistent in your manifestation, if you stay going day after day after day, you turn that possibility into a probability. You make it so that with every single passing moment, the chances of you manifesting it in that moment increases. But like I said, I know many of you may be struggling to keep that hope in the journey. So there are a few things that you can do to stop yourself from falling off your manifestation process. Whether it's, daily, you have a daily spiral and you want to stop that, or whether it's, you have one here and there, but you just don't like having them and you want to avoid having them. There are some ways that you can stop yourself falling off that manifestation process so that you can turn your possibility into a probability. But before we get into that, if you could drop me a like and a comment on this video just to push it out on the algorithm, it really helps the channel and it helps support me. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already and be sure to click that bell icon. And if you do need any one-to-one help, down below in the description is everything you need. But getting straight into it, the first thing that I recommend is having a solid daily structure. It is very easy to keep on top of a manifestation process when we know what we're doing and when we will be doing it. One thing that I hear from a lot of people that don't have routines is, I do things when I feel like it, or the day's gone by and I've been so busy I didn't even notice and I haven't done any manifestation work. Now, this isn't the worst case scenario, but it is definitely better to have a structure that keeps you locked in if you really want to be committed and disciplined and persistent in this process. Now, of course, the routine structure can be tailored exactly to how you need it to be tailored. But some recommendations that I have is do something when you've just woken up, and then do something either as you're falling asleep or just before you fall asleep. This could be simple as 5 to 10 minutes of affirmations, or 5 to 10 minutes of a visualization, or scripting out how you intend your day to go as though it's gone the way that you desire it to go, or in the evening, scripting out how your day went as if it went the way that you desired it to go. It doesn't really matter what you do, but what I recommend is starting the day right and ending the day right. Making use of those times when your subconscious mind is most receptive and your conscious mind is has as little activity as possible while still being able to be consciously directed. Because you may have noticed yourself, once you kind of get up, you've checked your phone, maybe you've even left for work, your mind is like, well, I haven't had a message. This is going wrong. What if this happens? Oh my God, traffic. Did I leave the stove on? You probably wouldn't be doing that in the morning, but you get what I mean. The mind is like that. So if you use these times when you're sort of in that sleepy, relaxed, drowsy state, that is the best time to be doing manifestation work, because the conscious mind is as limited as possible while still being able to be directed, but the subconscious mind is as receptive as possible, bar you being asleep. So I recommend having those two as a baseline, and then as you go through your day, if you want to set more structured times, do so. Lunch break, on the way home, once you've got home, crack on. But what I do recommend is keeping some kind of vigilance, some kind of awareness of your thoughts as you go through your day, so you can catch those negative ones that come up. Mental diet. You're basically just being mentally aware of what you're thinking, how you're allowing yourself to feel, and trying to consciously replace that with a new set of thoughts and feelings that benefit your end result. Now, of course, as with anything structure and routine based, you must stick to it. It's no different to having a gym workout plan but not going to the gym, or having I'm going to sit down and read these many books this year but not actually setting a schedule to do so. Having it there is great, but actually working on it is most important. So once you've kind of deciphered what works for you, like timing wise, technique wise, the kind of affirmations or visual scene you're going to use, and all those kinds of things, then you will make yourself do it. Day after day after day, you are going to have the discipline to show up for yourself. Because if you do what you've always done, you'll get what you've always gotten. So if you stay not doing the work, you'll stay not getting the results. Now, a routine helps you be more structured with the work so that you stop yourself from falling off. Because if you know 9 o'clock every day, I get up, I will be doing 5 to 10 minutes of affirmations or visualizations, and you stick to it, that's 5 to 10 minutes minimum, because obviously you'll have the rest of your day as well to do stuff, that you will be putting yourself in that end state. Minimum. And adding that onto everything else, it will only benefit you in the long run, and it will hold you accountable. So do not skip out on a solid routine. Make sure that you stick to the routine, and this can be a good day-by-day guide to ensure that you never fall off again. The second thing that I recommend is having some kind of manifestation buddy or community to be a part of. This can be a lonely process, and typically we don't like to speak about our things to people because we often are met with criticism or doubts, or they say things about this person that they know from the past and it seeps into our mind. So in those cases, I never recommend speaking to people. But if you can find someone else that is genuinely all in on manifestation, accepts your willingness to step into that end state, and will help keep you accountable, that is an exceptional way to never fall off. It's like having a business partner or a gym partner. Having someone there that can just push you a little bit more day by day. Come on, out the spiral. No, he loves you. She loves you. What are you doing? Can be really beneficial. So I highly recommend you get a manifestation buddy or join a community group. For example, I have a free Facebook group, which I'm trying to build up and get some more engagement in. That's a link down below if you want to join that. But anyone that can help you stay accountable and will genuinely help you, not just feed into your spirals and let you spiral and be like, it's okay, blah, blah, blah. But it'll be like, come on, out we get now. We've had our little bit of a spiral. We vented more than we should have. It's time to get back on it, essentially. That can be exceptionally beneficial to stopping yourself from falling off. And one other thing that I recommend when it comes to buddies in this kind of instance is actually having some kind of accountability clause. Now, this one is just a bonus and you don't actually have to do it. But one thing that I do within my own life is I set myself goals. And if I achieve them, great. If I don't, then I have to put money into a pot. For me, it's like growth on YouTube or views on Instagram and stuff like that. But for you, it could be spending time in a spiral. If you spent too much time in a spiral, then you owe the other person £5, as an example. Obviously, come up with your own accountability clause, whatever's comfortable for you, but it can be really good for helping you keep yourself accountable. So don't skip out on communities, whether free or paid, and don't skip out on having that person that you can bounce off of. Become friends with people that are on the same journey with you, and you can help build off of each other. Now, the third and final thing that I recommend to stop yourself from falling off is having a backup plan. We all find it easy to do the manifestation work when we feel good. I'm having a good old day, it's easy to affirm. I'm having a good old day, it's easy to visualize. Or, I haven't had any bad signs or progress or anything like that for a couple of days. I feel good, this is all easy. Yeah, it is, because there's nothing to stop you from going forward in that mindset. But when things do show up bad, that's when people fall off. That's when all of the good work that they have been doing seems to just go right out the window, and they panic and they spiral and they scream and shout and doubt and fear and does this even work? I'm going to be pessimistic about anything or everything. That's when it's a problem. It's easy to talk the talk when things are good, but when things are bad, are you able to walk the walk? That's what really matters. That's what's going to show whether you are still the old version of you or whether you are the new one. Now, of course, I'm not expecting you to be 100% the new version when something has happened. I'm not. I still have things even now that I have to kind of catch myself and go, come on, Matthew, rein it in. You know what you're doing. Let's back it up a little bit. So by no means am I expecting you to be perfect, but it is a very, very big habit that many of us in this community have, where when things are good, yeah, we're good. When things are bad, we let them be bad. We focus on the bad. We spiral. We panic. We become pessimistic. We doubt whether this even works. And we just reassociate with the old self, and then wonders why we're getting the old self's consequences in this 3D reality. So what I recommend to stop yourself from falling off is having some form of backup plan. If I am dealing with this trigger, this is how I will handle it. If I'm having these kinds of thoughts, this is how I will handle it. If I'm out in public, this is what I'll do. If I'm at home, this is what I'll do. There is absolutely nothing wrong with having a backup plan. Yes, of course, it does err on the idea that things will go wrong, but I think it is definitely better to have a backup plan in case you need it than not have a backup plan and just let things go to shit when things do go to shit. Now, I recommend looking at this not as best as possible from the perspective of I'm having it there, so it's there if I ever need it, as opposed to things will go bad, let me prepare. Hopefully you can sort of see the difference. One is more of just like it's there. The other is, okay, it's going to go bad. I need to make sure that it doesn't. It's kind of like a shift in state. But what this could look like is understanding what helps you when you start to spiral. If you find that you really like breath work, set that aside and go, when I feel like this, I'll make use of breath work. If you find that you really like affirming out loud, saying it helps it kind of drown out the thoughts. You can do that when you're home, but you're like, okay, but I can't really do that when I'm out in public. So what could I do when I'm out in public that maybe doesn't make me look so crazy? Breath work. Okay, cool. I'll do breath work. So this can help you get a bit of an idea of when it is time to walk the walk, when things potentially show up bad, when thoughts come up, when feelings, when doubts, when fears come up. I can go, okay, I've planned for this. I've prepared for this. I know that this is the old story. I know that if I do some deep breathing for 5 minutes, that'll help me come out of this state. And then I'll do some out loud affirmations because that helps me feel in the new state. And you have a backup plan to actually help you walk the walk. Because so many of us just kind of go, I'll deal with it when I deal with it. And when it comes to dealing with it, we don't deal with it. So I recommend a backup plan. This could include your accountability partner if you wanted it to. But by at least having this kind of, this is my fallback, you can then go, okay, I've taken a step back. I'm spiraling, I'm doubting, I'm fearing. Let me do this backup plan process to propel myself forward again. Because remember, it's not what has come up, it's how you take it. It's where you take it. So if something comes up and you manage to become aware of it, use your backup plan, and then overcome it, great job. You have disassociated from the old self and you have reassociated yourself with the new self, which with consistency, discipline, persistence will create that new self. But I really hope this video has helped. Here are 3 different ways to stop yourself from falling off your manifestation process. They're all things that I've used myself as well, so I know that they work. Of course, as with anything, gym workout routine, reading books, learning a new language, studying something, it requires you to show up day after day after day. So don't just click off this video and be like, yeah, that's cool, thanks Matthew, and don't put it into practice. Join the free Facebook group, join Sammy Ingram's paid group, find someone on Reddit, find someone in the comment section. I don't care, just do it. Create a routine for yourself that fits with how you want to go about things, and create that backup plan. If you put these things into place, you will be targeting your manifestation process from a few major directions, which will help you massively in the long run. And then you stick at it day after day after day after day, because the alternative to doing so is staying where you are. Now you need to make yourself a promise. You need to make yourself a commitment right now that you will not allow yourself to stay where you are. Even by becoming 1% better every single day, this time next year, you will be 365% better than you are. That's a massive leap in my opinion. So make sure you put in the work, make sure you put in the effort, talk the talk when it's a good time, walk the walk when it's a bad time, and you will be as successful as me, as Sammy, as Kim Velez, as Naya, as all of these other people that you look up to. Because the only difference between you and I, or you and them, is we're just a little bit further along in our journey. We've done the routines, we've done the backup plans, we've done the accountability partners, we've created a place for us to be able to create. So it's your turn to do the same. But I really hope this video has helped. If it has, drop me a like and a comment to let me know. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and be sure to click that bell icon. And if you do need any one-to-one help to help you overcome your situation, down below in the comment section is all the links to my website, where I offer one-to-one coaching, and the links to my membership, where you can get free manifestation assistance from me, where you can get free worksheets, planners, over 50 exclusive videos, and tons of other stuff. So check those 2 links out if you're genuinely serious about changing your life. But thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.